I think we have a few attendees in here. Thank you so much, everyone who's here to be a part of today for our, beside our town hall, more like an open forum, ask the dean, please help me with anything type of informational session we're having today. We've gone through it together. The first week of school, we all did it together. It's Friday. We're all raising our hands in joy saying we got through Friday, but I think in preparing for fall 2020, it's something that we want to make sure we keep having these sessions to make sure we're able to answer questions that you may have. It may be difficult, right? You may be a first time new student and you're like, whoa, COVID has already changed the game, but I'm new, right? Where can I go? Or if I'm a current student, what do I need to know, right? What do I need to know prepare for spring 21? What do I need to prepare for? So we're gonna have, I think, 4 more of these sessions throughout the semester. We'll make sure that whether you're coming to a CCAC location or if you're either asynchronous or synchronous taking Zoom through our virtual, you'll be able to ask any questions that you may have. And also we may reiterate a lot of things we talked about at the first 3 town halls we had last week. So with me, I have Dr. Tiffany Evans. She serves as the interim dean of students for the South Campus, but also along with the Braddock Hill Center and the Washington Center. And my name is Dr. Vladimir St. Cyrin. I serve as the interim dean of students here at the North Campus and also the West Hill Center. But even though we're at multiple locations, we can answer questions pertaining to each location that CCAC has, okay? So while we're getting ready to start, we know we have some questions already, and what I'm gonna do is there's a polling that I'm gonna launch the poll. You'll be able to choose some type of question that pertains to something or a specific topic. So I'll launch that right now, and then we'll see, we could probably start here and be able to answer a few questions. So I'll let it launch, let it run for about a minute, and we'll see where we can go from here. Sound like a plan, everyone? Okay. I love polls because you can see sometimes when people are asking questions, it's almost like a horse race. Student IDs and parking passes in the lead right now at 1. Right up, look like student IDs and parking passes is leading the way. Oh, we have a
COVID-19 protocol.
Of course. So while we're going through here as well, remember we have the Q&A. So in the Q&A, you click on that little box right there that says Q&A. You could type in the question as well. And we still have our wonderful, wonderful student life specialists, Kate Farmer and Benjamin Williams. They will assist us as well, and they'll read off the questions for us. So right now, it looks like student IDs and parking passes are leading the way, which they should, right? If I'm a college student, I want to take, guys, I'll be very honest. I take my CCAC ID and I go to the movies and they think I'm a student and I don't stop them. So I can understand students using their ID now for other incentives, other perks that they could probably utilize as a college student. So I can see why the need for student IDs. Of course, parking passes for you coming to a location. So please type in your question in the Q&A and we'll start from there.
All right, Dr. St. Cyrin, I've got one question for you that was sent by email. Do they need an appointment to get their student ID card and passport parking pass if they're at the West Hills Center?
Yes. So well, I guess the question I would ask is if they're virtual and they are all online, let me just minimize it so I can see everyone. If they're virtual or they're, it's not a hybrid, it's all virtual class online, they do not need their student ID or parking pass. We will issue that once we are back to full face-to-face. But if they're taking classes, let's say it's a hybrid class at the West Hill Center, yes, they will need to set up an appointment. And the phone number here, I will put in the chat where you could call. Make sure it's to everyone, all panelists and attendees. Here is the phone number you can call. I'm the slowest typer in the world, but I am placing this in the chat. I place this in the chat. You can call these 2 numbers to set up an appointment. And I think classes, there are classes there now, but we have classes starting on the 31st there. The parking pass is done through security, and security is there as well. Yes. For nursing and allied health.
There's also a question in the question and answer feature. Can you provide me with some information regarding the trouble you're experiencing with your schedule?
All right. While we're waiting on that one, I do see a question come up and I'll read it out loud. Are there still clubs happening here as well as work study? How can I get work study? Ben, Kate, would you like me to answer that, or would you want to answer it pertaining to the club's questions? They're busy answering questions. I'll answer. Yes, clubs and organizations are still meeting through Zoom at each CCAC location. So yes, they are still happening. And correct me if I'm wrong, we have an activities fair coming up. I don't have the date and time correctly.
It's on Wednesday, September 2nd, 3rd. Let me check my calendar just a second. Wednesday, September 2nd from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. and Thursday, September 3rd from noon to 2 p.m.
And we will send the information out through our student engagement at ccac.edu email that will be sent out to students as well. When it comes out to work studies, yes, work studies are also happening here, and you can reach out through your career services at ccac.edu. That email, you can reach out to them as well, pertaining to work study.
There's another question in the chat that says, same phone number to get parking pass appointments for other campuses. They have a question relevant to Boyce campus.
Yes, so security, so the 237-2700 number, that is through our registration. That's who do the picture IDs. But our parking passes are through our security at each location. So if you're at Boyce campus, as soon as you walk through the, I think it's the south entrance doors, if you look to your left side, security normally is the first individual that you'll greet beside an administrator. You'll be able to ask, can I conduct or can I do the parking pass? And they will assist you. I think there's no, excuse me, open questions, but for those here in attendance, I wouldn't want to share my screen. I want to show other ways you can get in contact with other deans. So there's not a big distinct difference with deans of students. Any dean at any location, where they're an assistant dean, an associate dean, an academic dean, they're a dean. They will be able to assist you, right? If they can't answer your question, they'll probably get to the right person to answer the question. So for example, myself and Dr. Evans, we're deans of students, right? So we're really focused on like the student services, right? Of course, we work with faculty members, clubs, organizations, and those things, but we have associate and academic deans that really focus on the academic piece. And sometimes there's questions that students may have that they want to get in contact with an academic dean. For example, you'd have to talk with an academic dean. Let's say you didn't have a great semester and you failed a course and you needed to repeat that course. You would have to speak with an academic dean to get permission to retake that course. So that would be an example. Or let's say you needed to take, you felt like, you know what, I could do 21 credits a semester, right? Or I could do 18 credits a semester. That would be a conversation you would have with your academic dean. I will share my screen and I will show you a feature where you could get in contact with them. You can set up both a Zoom appointment with them as well as a phone appointment. So you'll go on our CCAC website, which is www.ccac.edu. And right above here, before you even do anything, if you haven't, I'll definitely want you to check out the welcome message from our college president, Dr. Quentin Bullock. It's a wonderful message. But when it comes down to having a conversation with an academic dean, if you look up here at the top where it says academics, just put your mouse over it, hover it right over, drop down, and where it says to go to academics, you click on that. This is the academic landing page. A lot of information, right? But when it comes down to reaching out to an individual, go now here to where it says academic affairs. Academic affairs. From academic affairs, there's this little link right here that is bolded in red. You click on this link. Now it will populate, and this is where you'll be able to either set up a Zoom with an academic associate dean or a phone call. So let's click the Zoom real quick. So click this right here. The available dates are available. And let's say I want to choose next Tuesday on the 25th. And now I'll be able to scroll down and choose my time. So this is a wonderful feature where if you have any academic questions pertaining to classes, programs, just different things pertaining to academics, this is a wonderful feature as a CCAC student you can get through, okay? For those who are here with me, any questions pertaining to that? I know I flew through there, but I could go through it again. And it's on our CCAC website as well.
Did we address the student service question? I don't know if I saw that one.
Which one?
I don't know. Someone said they had a question about student services. Did you see anything?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's another one.
I see one question came up. Poe asked, will next semester be in person or online? Poe, that must be the $1 million question that I think everyone is probably asking themselves. Right now, we can't answer that because again, we still have to wait. We have to follow the CDC guidelines, right? We have to make sure we follow what the state is doing as well. And from there, we'll be able to make that decision. But as of right now, we can't answer that because we don't know. And that's just being honest with you.
Can we have Ben, Ben, are you still there? Can we have you show how a student can pull up their schedule and then access their course?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank you.
So if you can see here, under the self-service menu under students, you go to the bottom, and under that, on academic profile, the student planning My Schedule will show you the classes that you have slated to take for that time, if you've already registered for them, and any classes that you might need to register for. If you have a class that actually has a set time, it will show up in this grid above there. And if not, it will actually state at the bottom that it's a class with no meeting time. As you can see, I've already one class for the fall semester, and I'm pending to register for another one.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
I'm gonna
Okay. I remember going through the poll. Maybe I don't know if the student still is on here or if they dropped off. There was the parking passes and IDs. We saw those, but then I think it was a COVID-19 question. I think.
I'm gonna, in the meantime, show them some information. Can everyone see my CCAC board here? So there are two important icons here, but the one I want to call your attention to is this one, the COVID-19 student resource icon. If you click right here, you're going to be able to go and a whole host of resources that are available to assist you. Let me get rid of that. Uh-oh, I opened it. Sorry, my fault. Here you will see that there are a lot of information that's available for you. You can see there's a student guide for returning to on-site courses. The weekly schedule of events is here and it's listed. So you can find that information on how you can contact student services. Here it's pretty extensive and we update it every semester so that it has the most current links to it and information just to help you navigate. So this is extremely important. And as we go back here, we also have some other fields and resources that you might see and you have quick access to over here on the side. So that's important also to be used as a resource. And there's information here, other things that you might find that's helpful. Online class tips might be something that's helpful for a lot of students. Final exam preparation is here. It's a little early, but you know, for those who definitely are interested in preparing, there's resources here for you to take a look at. We have information on the bookstore, assistance accessing remote courses. That's fantastic. And there's also a reference in terms of who does what on campus. So I can click on some of these items just to kind of give you an idea. I think I'm going to go to this one. This online class tip, it's really nice to kind of help you prepare for your, oops, I'm sorry, I clicked too many times, to help you prepare for classes. It goes over some important tips for you to do. Definitely you want to set goals, make a study plan, manage your time, take notes, make sure you're taking breaks, be mentally engaged, manage your stress, all of that great stuff, right? It talks about setting goals here. Treat studies like a job. That's a really important point. Something you definitely want to remember in terms of scheduling time to study as well as attend your classes, okay, whether they're virtual or in person. This one talks about creating a learning environment, making a study plan. It gives you some examples of things that you can do. Manage your time carefully. Time management, again, is extremely important. We're all busy. We have all of these different things competing for our attention all the time, whether it's family, work, home, you know, what have you. It goes over some note-taking tips. Making sure you put in your breaks so that you have a clear head and you can focus on your studies is extremely important. Managing your stress and anxiety is helpful. And then we mentioned some CCAC support resources that are out there to assist you. We have student specialists on campus that can assist you. We have counselors on campus that can assist you. We have a lot of resources that are available. So please, if anything comes up, feel free to speak to us. Let us know what's going on and we'll help direct you appropriately. But this is a resource that you have available. And so please take advantage of the resource and let us know if there's anything we can do to assist you.
There is a question open in the chat that is asked by wondering if they need to take a COVID test before starting in-person classes. So could we go through and review the COVID policies and address that question?
Yes, thank you, Kate. And I will share my screen. And in addition to Dr. Evans, through your My CCAC, when you log in with your NetID username and password, you go to your My CCAC. In addition to the student COVID-19 resources, we also have the website. And right here on the website, right here where it says COVID-19 resources, if you click on here, This is the web page, pretty much similar information, right? So if you scroll down here, this is where you'll see the different tabs pertaining to COVID-19 and what CCAC's plan is. But the main thing too is the FAQ page. But to answer the question, no, you do not need to take a test before you're coming into. But what we do ask is you, every time before you step into the client, hold on, let me get it right here.
I can jump in while you're pulling that up.
Mm-hmm.
We do have pre-screening questions that we want everyone to answer before they come to campus, but it's not really a test, right? It's just some basic questions, and Dr. St. Cyrin is going to cover those with you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So these are the questions, and you'll see actually when you come on a CCAC location, there are actually signs outside that are posted that stops you right then and there, and you can ask yourself these questions. So these are the self-screening questions that you're asking me. So do you have a temperature at or above 100.4, or any reason to be concerned that you're developing a temperature without having taken a fever-reducing medicine? Have you experienced a new cough that you cannot attribute to another health condition? Have you experienced a new shortness of breath that you cannot attribute to another health condition? Have you experienced a new sore throat you cannot attribute to another health condition? Have you experienced new muscle aches that you cannot attribute to another health condition or specific activities such as physical exercise? Have you had any of the following additional symptoms in combination with the above, right? So these are all these self-screening questions, right? And it pretty much tells you right here, if you cannot confidently answer no to these questions, do not come to campus. And from there, when you do answer no, that's where, let me go back here. Stop sharing. I mean, sharing screens is hard. You would think it's like it should be easy, right? You got to drop this down, pull this up, drop this down, pull this up.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to show everyone the information so you can physically see it. But what we're asking students to do is, if you do answer no, we have our plan.
So while he's pulling that up, I can just say that if you answer yes to any of those questions, please do not come to campus. You are to contact your Dean of Student Development as well as notify your instructor. And that goes for everybody, right? If that happens, that's what we want you to do. Stay home, do not come to campus. But you were gonna say, are you ready now? If you answer no to some of those questions. While he's still pulling that up, I'll keep talking. We want you, if you're on campus, you want to definitely wear a mask. Masks are required while you're on campus. You want to make sure you are maintaining the appropriate social distancing between you and others, right? We also want to make sure that you are washing your hands. Keeping good hand hygiene is extremely important while you're on campus. And those are some of the practices that we can incorporate to help keep ourselves safe as well as the others around us.
Yeah, actually, you answered those, Tiffany. I was just trying to.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I want to put up the specific document for students to see, but it's listed here. I just want to make sure I get them all up.
Yeah. While you're doing that, there's a question in the chat, which is basically, at some of the campuses, you might find that we have limited entrances on those campuses, but we do have signage posted prior to you entering the building, so you know exactly where you can park closer to the entrance. But we have those limited entrances to ensure that everyone entering the space actually has a mask on and they have no symptoms prior to coming on campus. So we're doing that to ensure your safety as well.
All right.
Did you want to pull it up?
Mm-hmm. So it's FAQ, but the FAQ also, when you can scroll down here too, it kind of gets into a little bit of detail and asks questions too. So for example, one question was, let's see, when it comes down to students, right here. If I test positive for COVID-19, what is the procedure for who has to quarantine or self-isolate, right? You click down the tab as we indicated, you have to contact your instructor to inform, but also too, you have to contact your dean of students as well. And then you and I, or Tiffany and you, or Kristen Spiker and you will have a conversation from there, okay? But the FAQ provides some information pertaining specifically to students.
And it's important to note the information that you share with us is confidential.
Yes.
In nature, and so we will keep it that way. But it's just, we need to get details so that we have an understanding. And again, if anything like that occurs, if you test positive, if you're showing signs or symptoms, we're asking you not to come to campus, but contact your instructor as well as your dean of student development. Any other questions for us? We'll stay around as long as we need to make sure that we address all of your questions. Right now, you can put something in the question and answer box. One of the things we didn't show, there was a question, it said about student services, that they just wanted more information on what does it all consist of. So I think in that document, let me see if I can pull it up and then I'll share it with you. The document in terms of who does what. So I'm going to share my screen one more time. Hopefully. Okay, so if you're looking at my screen, again, you're going to go in through the COVID-19 student resources, and you're going to be able to scroll down under documents, and there is one here that says CCAC who does what. And so I'm going to click on that screen. Dr. St. Cyrin, can you tell me if you see that supportive service document, or do I have to go to a new share? Okay.
Nope.
So thank you. This document actually goes through who does what, right? So we have a lot of different teams listed here, along with there's some email addresses there. You will see the phone number for the campus that you're looking for. Room numbers are listed there. Right now, when you're entering our campuses, we have tables, administrators set up right at the entrances so that they can greet you and answer any of your questions as well. So if you're looking for a particular department and you happen to be on campus, we'll help you that way, as well as if you want to email the online dean, we'll respond to those questions and direct you remotely. So you don't always have to be physically present. We can help you and assist you remotely as well. Is there another question that came in?
There is a question about the online bookstore and asking, are things being delivered later than usual? I can answer part of it, that I know there have been some delays on books to the stores, like some things have not been printed as quickly as they normally would be. And I always tell the students the best thing to do is to make sure you communicate with your instructor that, hey, I ordered a book from the bookstore, it's not available yet. Please be patient with me. Just the biggest thing is communicating with your instructor if there is a book delay and you already have assignments due out of that course text.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben. And I think that's a very good point too, Ben, is that I think our faculty, besides administrators, faculty, teachers, or the adjunct full-time, they understand what's going on. And I think students sometimes feel, oh man, I don't know if I should ask this question or not. You could talk with your faculty member, talk with your teacher and inform them like, hey, I'm in this Psych 101 course. I ordered my book, but unfortunately I have not received it yet. You could be honest, just inform them of the situation. I think sometimes students, I think they fall back, but they feel a little, not timid, but they're like, I don't think they care. I don't think they need to know this. No, that's not the case. You got to make sure you inform them of the situation because it is the fact, it is the truth. And again, as I indicated before, we are all experiencing this new world, new normal or new abnormal together, right? And we're learning together. And I think something that we're trying to build is the patience with each other, right? So please, if you have a question pertaining or just a situation besides ourselves, administrators, make sure you have a conversation with your faculty member. I guarantee you they want to hear you as well.
They absolutely do. I went to my screen and to show you on our website how you can access information regarding the bookstore. So I was able to pull this information up here, and you can scroll down. There's lots of hyperlinks here if you need to order any books. Right now, we're still in the book charging period. If you have received financial aid, you may be able to charge your books against your aid that has been posted on your account. So that goes on until, I believe, is it September 11th, Vlad?
Yeah.
So
I think
September 11th.
September. Mhm.
And you can do it electronically too, which is really nice. You don't always have to physically come. The other thing that they're really doing is if by chance you're taking a class that's at a different campus and you're closer to another campus, you can have those books shipped to that bookstore, which is really nice, so you don't have to make the trip. That's awesome. But on my screen, you can see it also lists the campuses and the phone numbers and the store manager. So if you want to speak with someone, you can get on the phone and give them a call. They will be more than happy to answer your questions. And there's tons of information here in terms of people you can contact as well regarding different information that you might be interested in. Okay. Sharon?
I saw a few students left the meeting. I know we still have some in here now. So please, any questions you may have, please let us know.
We'll stay on as long as you need us.
All right, we will be here. In addition to what we're talking about now, we do have multiple sessions that we'll have again. So today's Friday, but we sent this email out. So make sure you check your academic email to come back to know, wait, you know what? I want to come back to another town hall. There's a question that I had. So we have the next one coming up is Wednesday, August 26th at 10 a.m. We'll have one Thursday, September 3rd at 4 p.m. And then we'll have one Tuesday, September 8th at 1 p.m. All right, and throughout the semester, we'll definitely try to make sure we're available and have these type of open forum sessions for students as well.
Yes.
So I think we have 2 students here at the final attendees.
Holding on.
They're holding on.
That's right. Get all the information you can get.
You're gonna keep on talking, Dr. Tiffany, Dr. Vlad. You're gonna keep on talking, right?
Yeah, Benjamin said thank you. This has been helpful. So we appreciate you coming.
And Paul, I think hopefully I'm saying it right. Any questions you have for us?
There's a question that just appeared in the chat that says, is there a section on the website for scholarships?
Oh, yes, there is.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Okay. I'm going to share my screen again.
You beat me to it. Go ahead.
Oh, you can do it. I won't.
No, go ahead. You already have it up.
Okay.
You're fast.
Okay. I'm taking you back to the bookstore screen. So anything you want to know, you can literally type in the search box here on the website and it should come up. So I just typed in scholarship, and foundation scholarships is one of the first options listed there. Are you seeing my screen, Dr.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. So if you scroll down, it goes over various scholarships that are available to assist students. This is extremely important. If you would need that information, we have a student emergency gap fund that's available. That's out there, and there's details about that scholarship listed. You simply can just click on this link, and it will actually bring up a fillable application. Let's see if it works. Can you see my application, Dr. Seekserin?
Mm-hmm. I see it.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to go back. And if you scroll down, there's other educational foundation scholarships. The deadline date is today. So please go to this page, look at it, apply for whatever you might be eligible for so that you can be considered for the scholarship. Again, the deadline date is today, but there are several options as you can see there. So please take advantage of the opportunity. It's not often people try to give you free money, but when they do, you definitely want to take advantage of the opportunity. So that is available on our ccac.edu website. All you have to do is type scholarships into the search box and the information is right there for you. Thank you so much. We really enjoyed you. If you need us, don't hesitate to reach out, okay, Poe?
Thank you so much, Paul.
Dr. Blacklaw, you are our final student. Oh, he left us too.
He left us.
Oh, no, I just moved him up to panelist.
Oh,
Oh, okay.